Incredible greetings. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. How are you guys doing? I was trying to do an afternoon session, but that didn't work out. Then I had to do my mom's hair. So we're back. You guys are always asking for more of an evening session. So hey, we're gonna do now. This one's gonna be definitely won't be like earlier today where it's a really like a multiple hour session. We're talking quick fire, hopefully. No more than like 45 minutes to an hour. As far as just like really getting in there, answering those questions and things of that nature. Okay. So I'm going to share this out real quick. Also have to check um my audience, which it's on friends, but let's change that to public so it can be shared. And then let's go ahead and share it out myself. It is 9. And then let's put in the current time is 9:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you know where your professor is? Live, ready to help her fellow creatives and crafters. Etc. Okay, so let's go. Um, okay, wait, I don't think it let me do it. Okay, hold on. At, okay, oh, let's just highlight, not follow. No, I want to put followers. At followers. Oh, wait, did Facebook take away the at followers? You only have at highlight now? Oh, y'all don't complain so much about it. They don't took away at followers. I can only do at highlight right now. Huh, interesting. Select all, copy, share now. All right, let's share to my group. Well, groups. I have several groups if you guys don't know. All right. And I don't think I did at everyone earlier today. So let's do at everyone. I don't know. Did I do at everyone earlier today? I don't know. But we are going to do at everyone today. I mean, right now. Paste. At everyone. Paste. At everyone. Post. Paste. Post. All right, so we are all shared out. That means that I can now go live on the Tickety Talk. So we're going to do that and get started. Incredible evening, incredible evening. So I want to make sure, because y'all know half the time I'll be running my mouth and talking and y'all cannot even hear me. So if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. So that I know if we can get started in here. Let's get it started in here. Incredible greetings, Carol, Miss Karen, Crystal, Whips Prince, Sherry Lynn, incredible greetings, Gloria, incredible greetings, if you can hear me. Boys, I'm turn down the volume. Okay, you're clapping. That means you guys can hear me. Awesome. All right, so let me go ahead and get into this. Like I said, I want to hope 45 minutes to an hour. If you guys are coming rapid fire with the questions, if it's kind of a pulling of teeth to get questions, we'll end early. But I don't often do a evening session. So since it was technical holiday, so you guys are probably home now trying to recover from being in the sun at pools and beaches and barbecues and things like that. So I hope that caught you at a good time where you are maybe chillaxing, maybe not doing too much work where you're distracted, but you can get your questions answered and get some help on some of the things that you most recently searched, questions that you've had about equipment upgrade, programs, designing, business, websites, all of the things that we normally kind of discuss over here. So I am Shakeya Lavelle, also known as Shakeya, the Professor of HSINK365. That is our parent company. We have a product line that's called Honestly Speaking, which is where INK ink comes from. And then 365, our paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees. Output from your heat press and as fast as 30 seconds. With our paper, you're able to save on ink by not having to use premium presentation paper matte and still get amazing color payoff and saturation. We use plain paper, bright white, set to the highest quality, and we get amazing, amazing, amazing prints. So definitely check that out on our website, shop.hsink365.com. Again, that is shop. Wait a minute. There we go. hsink365.com. Right now, all 8.5 by 14 and 11 by 17 paper is fast drive paper is discounted for grad season. Y'all know this is one of my favorite times of year. I get more excited about grad season than like the holiday season. I absolutely love just celebrating grads, whether it's pre-K, really any grade, but those milestones like pre-K, going from elementary school to middle school to high school grads, college grads, technical grads, vocational grads. I just love grad season. It's a much bigger deal for me. So we have a grad season discount going on right now for 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17. The 8.5 by 14 will make it a little bit easier for you guys to do your stoles because you will only have to tape together 3 versus 4 of the 8.5 by 11s. Same thing with 11 by 17. If you're doing certain stoles, 13 inches wide, really, really will fit both. But with 11 by 17, you tape those together. You can, especially if you have like the straight stole, you could stagger them a little bit and actually still get 2 stoles on one long print of 11 by 47. So if you guys don't know, with your Epson, if you are someone that converted an Epson printer for sublimation, all Epson printers, every last one of them, allows you to print as long as 47 inches long. If you have the 8550, you can print as long as 86 inches. So all you have to do is just tape them together, and then instead of piecing it together afterwards, you do it beforehand. That we don't have to worry about lining anything up. Send it through your printer. It's going to print all as one, and then you just proceed to pressing. So we also do have the rolls. This is going to be the last week for the pre-orders. I would say my birthday, but the 31st is actually the last day of the month. But we're trying to wrap it up on my birthday, May 30th. It will be the last time for the pre-orders for the rolls. We have to close it out. If we don't reach our quota for that, we're just going to close it out completely and then just start it over again in June. But those who may have signed up for it, if you just don't want to wait, I just don't want it to be like, hey, I did this so long ago and the paper hasn't come in, because we're going to have to basically restart. And I'll probably have more time after grad season to really, really promote it. But we do have the pre-sale on the rolls, the tacky rolls. that's something that you can use all year round. If you're doing ties, if you're doing sashes, once the school year comes back around, I do senior sashes. Those you can use the rolls on. The rolls make doing the 3D shirts. If you're going to piece them together, it makes it so much easier. So don't think that rolls are just great for stoles. You can purchase it to be used at any time, grads, Christmas time, for stockings, things like that. The pre-order for the rolls is open and will close on the 30th or 31st. Like, it'll really be the 31st because it'll be after midnight, like on the 30th or whatever. All right. So if you don't know who I am, I teach pretty much everything from Silhouette Studio, printers, designing, business, marketing, Photoshop, knowing the Silhouette machines, the Cricut machines, the Caesar machines, just about any and everything. So do not hesitate to take advantage of this opportunity to be able to get your questions answered. If you are someone, I just answered that. We are in pre-order. And we only get more in that when we're doing like the pre-order, because sometimes it just moves too slow. All right. But you are more than welcome to ask questions here. Don't know what other platforms. Oh, hold on. Shoot. I got to put this disclaimer on, this disclosure on before it suppresses me on TikTok. Don't know, if you've asked questions in groups or if you ask questions on YouTube videos and you have to wait forever in a day. This is your opportunity to get your questions answered live in person. As soon as you ask them, you're going to get an answer for it. I am here to share well over 2 decades, 26 years of experience in designing, business, Silhouette Studio. I've had like 11 years of experience with that and using machines. I have 6 of them. I have from the original all the way to the 4. So any questions that you have about those machines and getting something to cut, I can pretty much, answer. I think someone asked earlier today about the deep cut blade. I've never had to use those. So, I don't have any experience with using them and having specific settings, but I do, I know about all of the blades for the Cameo machines. All right. So this is just an evening session. Most times I'm at work when you guys are at work. This is our job. This is my job, helping others and, curating my classes and working on digital products and things like that. So I'm normally working during the daytime when you guys are. And if I have to do lives at night, it's like working overtime. And if you're doing these live videos, it's not paid, unless someone sends a super chat or send stars or you bless the Cash App. I come on here without the expectations. It's always great. It's always, very much so appreciated and welcome when people do either, drop some stars or super chat, super stickers, or just bless the Cash App because I've helped them in some way. But I come on here without the expectation. It's no guarantee that I'm going to make money from this live video. I'm here to truly help my community. So take advantage of it and post your questions. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get right into this. Hey, Tanya, hey, Custom Creations. Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate it. So I do see a few questions. My camera is not hooked up, so you won't see my face. You're just going to see my screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put it on the Silhouette screen for now, instead of the website. So I did answer that one. Do I do DTF prints as far as printing in-house? No, I do not. I have no desire to do DTF in-house. Some people have great machines for that. I outsource my prints. My daughter's birthday is the 31st. Yeah, I have a cousin that, actually I missed Cedric's birthday today. So we have I have a cousin that's the 26th, mine's the 30th, and then my other cousin is the 31st. Hey, Tammy. Hi there, all. Professor is the truth. Thank you so much for that. How do we create the distressed look in Silhouette Studio? I think that's what it's called. So you cannot create it in Silhouette Studio. What you will have to do is search for a distressed background or distress overlay or frame, and then you'll do a trace of it. And once you have that trace, then you would crop your image to that distressed to that that shape that you have created. We actually have some distress kind of like shapes in the template vault, but you would have to, like I said, do a search of, let's see, I'm just going to put distressed background images. Now see, these are a little too those are a little too distressed, because that would end up being like a lot of, okay, here's one like here. So, oh, that has watermarks on it. Technically, I'm not going to do it because y'all not going to go and say, oh, what I did, whatever, but it's black. You can trace it. I'm just going to find one that does not have a watermark on it. You can always create your own too by getting something like this. There are brush strokes, and you're going to put several of them together, trace them, and then you can build your own like custom shape for distress. So I'm trying to find one. Okay, let's do distressed frame. Okay, this one says free. Okay, so I'm going to copy image, come over to Silhouette Studio, paste it, go over to trace, select trace area, place our box, increase our threshold a little bit here. Oops, I don't want the middle parts. I'm live. Okay, I'm going to put a black box just so that I can close off the end. So I'm going to take that and fill it in with black, send it to the back, just so that I get a solid outline around it. Then we're going to go ahead and hit trace. Move these out of the way. Fill this in with some sort of color. It doesn't really matter what color it is. I always make a duplicate, right click, release compound path, drag and select and delete the background and maybe any little stragglies to the outside. Just hit delete, select it, hit delete on your keyboard. I don't need the little stragglies up here. Select it all. Make compound path, and I'm just going to fill this in like it was some sort of background. All right, let's see who knows me. I have to select the background. What background am I going to select? Let's see who knows me. Let me see how, especially y'all who in classes, what's my favorite background to use? I will be quick to use this particular background. Hello. Yeah. Y'all know me so well. Y'all making me blush. Oh my gosh. Yes, God. Baby, I will use I love me a good chalkboard. Yes, God. And I'm gonna do this one. It's like it's a little funky little chalkboard. Actually, let me see. Do I want to use that one? Y'all know I love me a good chalkboard. Okay, I'm gonna use that one. That one's different. I'm so predictable. So we're gonna send that to the back, right? Just so I can see. It doesn't really matter which order it goes in. I just want you guys to see it. So we're going to select both of them, go over to modify and crop. And now it's in the background. I'm going to go ahead and make that a compound path, remove my line color, and there we have it. Now, if you have multiple elements that you want to kind of fit within this distressed background, you would have to crop them individually or create your design, save it as a JPEG, bring it back in where it's one flattened thing and do it that way. Or if you just want to like print it out. Here, I'm about to give y'all a pro tip. All right. So I need likes. I need tags. I need shares. I need you to smash that like button. I need you to drop a comment to help the algorithm, because I'm about to give y'all one of my pro tips. Okay. All right. So one of the other things that you can do, I'm going to go ahead and just weld that just so that it's one whole piece again. So let's say I'm gonna design this and it's 11 by 8. Actually, no, instead of 8.5 by 11, let's do a wider paper, right? So let's do 11 by 17. So I'm gonna go 11 by 17 for my page size. I'm gonna take a rectangle, unlock it, and I'm gonna make that 11 by 17. Hit enter. Then this icon right here is center to page. I'm going to take my distress and put it in the middle. We're going to make this significantly larger. Thank you for the share, Lisa. And place it. I'm going to actually just select them both and center it. You look like you still in Paris, lady. So I'm just going to center those two, and then I'm going to I can make it a compound path. So I'm going to select it and make it a compound path. So I'm going to fill it with color so you can see how this is set up, right? So you see the blue, but I'm going to go ahead and make that white and I might not remove the line color yet. So now if I go and put, I'm going to put I normally don't like to crop stuff. All right, so I'm going to go like this, make it bigger. All right, so I have to kind of crop this down a little bit because I don't believe in stretching and distorting. So we're going to go here and here. We're going to crop that and then send it to the back. Now that I have something behind it, I'm going to remove the line color. So you see, it looks technically like this by itself. When that was on white, it looks no different than this. So when it prints out, that white isn't going to print because printers don't have white, unless you're doing DTF. That's something different. But printers don't have white. So nothing's going to print there, and you're going to end up with this distressed look. But that now means that you can take pictures and bring it into it. So I'm going to just take this one here. We're going to copy, bring this over, and paste. And I won't have to worry about cropping this image down. We're just going to bring our distress overlay to the front. And so it's going to look like it's cropped off, and then you can add words to it, and everything underneath that overlay is going to appear as if it is cropped off. So you can do your distress one of the two ways. Okay. Was that a good tip for you? Did that answer your question, Cats? She said, come on with it. I got notes and time stamps. I got to keep this one. This is a good one. I'm going to add that one to my templates in the vault. I like that. I like that distress outline. She says, yes, for the pro tip. All right. You are very welcome. All right. Awesome. 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 You rock. Thank you for that. All right. So I see one more question here. I am having trouble printing an image. I brought in that way. An image that I brought that is in Canva. How do I get it to my printer? So from Canva, you cannot print directly from Canva. You have to simply save the file. So let's see. All right, I'm gonna do. Ooh, child, the little person is in this room. Let me not go up that high because there's something over there, and I don't need him to know I was the TOOTH Airy. Yeah, I don't need him to know that. So if you have something here and you want to be able to print, first things first, it's going to be best that you set your Canva page size to the size that you actually want to print. If it is something that you have been adding in different elements and you're layering them and you're adding in text and you just kind of had it on a generic page, that's fine. You're going to want to go in and it says share. This is one that's kind of sort of weird, right? It throws newbies off sometimes because it says share. But this is actually how you save your document. So share is the equivalent of saving when it comes to Canva. So once you hit share, depending on which version you have, it's going to give you several options. It still won't say save. It's going to say download. So we're going to go share and then we're going to download. You have to download it from Canva, which means you're saving that file to be able to send it to a program to print or print directly from the PDF file or the JPEG file. Or in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring it back into Canva to be able to set it. Because right now, this particular design page is set in pixels. Most, like the average crafter, until they've taken one of my classes, don't understand how to convert pixels back to inches. So here it's in pixels. It's better for you to just put it in a unit of measurement that you completely understand. So you're going to go ahead and go to download. If you click on the file type, you have JPEG, PNG, PDF, and PDF print. These are all available with the free version. The SVG, even in MP4, the SVG is the only one. I'm not sure if, because I thought one of the PDF ones didn't, but according to this, SVG is the only one where you need Pro in order to be able to save as that file format type. Just like Silhouette Studio, you have to have the paid upgrade. But all the other ones, you can save it at, oh, I know it is with PNG. You can save it as a PNG, but for transparent background, you have to have Pro. But I guess for a regular PNG, you can save it, but for transparent background, it definitely has to be, you have to have the Pro version, or you're just going to end up saving it as a JPEG with a white background. So you're going to go in and save that. All right, so I'm going to, you know what, let me just do something else instead of this one. Let's do Oh, I had set this file up a little while ago. So let's just do this 5 is a vibe, right? So there's like, this was when I was doing one of the classes. So this is kind of like all this stuff on here. I'm going to crop this down and take off the black part. Okay, hit enter. I'm going to move this down to here. I'm going to delete the background and I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so I'm just going to make it as big as I possibly can on here. So this is page 3. I'm going to go share. I'm going to go to, well, before I do that, I'm just going to just temporarily change this so that I know what it is. Because every time you hit save, you don't change it at the top, it's going to just keep saving it as a different version of whatever that number is. So we're going to go 5 is a vibe. Test live delete me. Okay. And I'm going to go to share. I'm going to go to download. I'm going to tell it that I only want the current page, which is page 3. And I'm going to save this as a PNG with a transparent background, or you can even save it as like a JPEG as well. And we're going to simply download just that page. Okay. Once I do that, I'm going to come back into Canva, like the home page. I'm going to go to create a design and custom size. So let's say I want to take that and I want to put it on a 13, like I want to put it on 13 by 19. So I'm going to go 13. Well, first change the unit of measurement to inches. I'm going to go 13 by 19. Okay. And create new design. I'm going to take that downloaded file and bring that back in. Why did it stop at Fiv? And I'm going to now resize this and max it out to this 13 by 19. And I purposely did 13 by 19 because I knew that it wasn't going to fill the whole thing. But because I'm going to print it to 13 by 19 paper, I want it on that, you know, I want that to be the background. Even if I wanted to technically do 2 of these, I want to get as well, I want to get as many as I can on 13 by 19. So let's say I rotate it. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Well, I want to fit 2. So let's go. Wait, I could have sworn I selected transparent background. I think this is the second time this has happened. I know I selected transparent background. I know I'm not crazy. Why is it not a transparent background? Hold on. Let's go back. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Unless this, oh, no, what? This probably wasn't. No, I think it was transparent. Was it transparent? Yeah. So I don't know why. Let me see. Share, download, transparent background. Oh, it changed the whole thing. It says Fiv. And then download. And then I'm going to try and bring that back in. So I'm trying to figure out why in the heck is it not a transparent background? Yes, it says PNG. Okay, that one is transparent. I was like, what the heck is going on here? All right, so let's delete that. Let's duplicate it. I use the keyboard shortcut, same keyboard shortcut in every design program. Holding down Alt works to duplicate in Canva as well. So I have the 2 on here, right? I'm now going to save this again. So we'll go to share. We're going to go to download. And it just says untitled 13 by 19, which is also how it's going to share. So I'm going to go transparent background. And then I'm going to go download. This will now actually, or I could have just done it as a JPEG because it's like all white. Either way will work. But it's basically going to save this with those transparent pixels around it that equates to 13 by 19. And it's going to make it easier for me to print directly from the file. Or if I go download and I'm going to go to the drop down and just say PDF. All right. Hey, sir. And then we're just going to go download again. So up here, I'm going to click on this one. And, oh, wait, that's the original. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, right here. This is untitled. So I'm going to click on this one. Bud. Oh, it's right here. So you can see, even though it's transparent, but you can tell, let me see, probably should have did this as I probably should have did it as like a JPEG so you can see the extra space around it. But I'm also now going to open up the PDF. Please hold. Okay. So here's the PDF version. You can see all of the extra around it. So if I were to go and print, we're going to go to color, more settings. I'm going to go to Super B and it's going to print and it would be to the exact size that I made it. If I go to the other one, which is down here, and we go to print this. Now, PDFs and photos like JPEGs and PNGs, the print settings will be slightly different because the system will see it as a photo. So it went and it switched to landscape. I'm going to go ahead and change that to portrait. And the paper size, I'm going to go down to Super B, wherever it is. Why are you not on here? Where's my Super B? Why is Super B not showing up? Why is Super B not showing up? Am I missing something? Cause I don't see Super B. Because it has even my 13 by 47. Where is my 13 by 19? Oh, there's A3 plus. I'm just gonna select that one. Because why in the heck Super B isn't showing on here? I'm just gonna go A3, and you'll see that it will print out. So it's best for you to save it in the as the page size. So let's say I go to this one, right? And I go to print. Because it's just this random size, and if you just shrink it down to fit like 11 by 17, 13 by 19, it may not be the exact size that you want it to be. So the best way, or my recommended way, is just to, like, you can design it on whatever size page you want, but bring it back into Canva on the exact page size that you plan to print to make sure that it doesn't change the size. You guys can post questions over on TikTok as well, okay? I want to see some questions from you guys also. All right, let's see. Greetings, Professor. Best way to save a file in Silhouette Studio to send for DTF prints. You save it as a PDF. You must have Business Edition, and you're going to save it as a PDF, portable document format. Once you have it saved as a PDF, you can take that PDF into, well, if it has picture, you can't take it into Canva. But there, like, if you don't have Photoshop or Illustrator, you can use things like PhotoP, open it up, and then convert it into a PNG file if your company will only accept PNG files. Every company that I work with, they do allow me to submit it as a PDF because I'm saving it the proper way to where when they open it up, it will still have a transparent background in Photoshop. Some people don't allow you to do that. So you want to take that PDF. You have to have a program that you can then resave it as a PNG if your company requires it to be a PNG. But Silhouette Studios PNG absolutely sucks especially for like DTF, because it's going to save with like some gray pixels around it. And those gray pixels will pick up. And when they put that white layer of ink on the back, it's going to seem like your design has a white outline. So do not save using PNG for your DTF prints. PDF will give you a transparent background. Okay? Any other questions? We want to keep the questions going. The moment we slow down too long, if I have to be pulling on teeth to get the questions out, we will shut it down. But I am here to be able to help you guys wherever you need help in. Anything that you have researched, you're frustrated on, you have questions about, whether it's printers, troubleshooting, designing, DTF, printer recommendation, cutter recommendation, websites, I have 26 years of experience. Yes. So I do have a full video over on my YouTube channel. So if you go over to YouTube and you search, Honestly Speaking, no, that's right. Honestly Speaking, DTF. It might be under Silhouettes Anonymous as well. So if you search Honestly Speaking, DTF, set up DTF gang sheet prints. There's a complete video on how to set up DTF game sheets from Silhouette Studio. How do you bring in patterns to which platform? Incredible evening. Craptastic tips with Shawnee. Which program are you referring to? Canva or Silhouette Studio? Silhouette Studio. Okay, hold on one second. So you have to have the file to bring in patterns and have it like show up in your patterns folder. You have to have that image, like that background, saved as a JPEG. You can even be a PNG, but a photo file or an image file on your computer. Once it is saved on your computer, you're going to go to your library. You're then going to scroll down to the bottom to your patterns folder, and you're going to have that page, like that image, like open. I'm just going to do this 5 is a vibe. Okay. You're going to take that, click, drag just up to Silhouette and drop it in. It's going to save in there. I'm going to go back to my design, and I'm just going to take this here. We're going to go to the film, and I'm going to scroll down. It should be probably at the bottom somewhere, because it'll be, now it should be in alphabetical order. It should be down here somewhere. There. Oh, sorry. I was actually started at the top. So we're going to click on that. And it looks like it's just one, but any image that comes in technically becomes like a pattern. For this, you would have to just take it and change the scale, and it becomes a patterned background. But regular patterns would just be, because they'll be set up as a pattern, they're going to come in as just a pattern. You don't have to save it to your library. You can just bring an image in, an image or a background in and just crop it. So give me a background to search for online. So what's a background I should search for? What is a background that I should search for? Grass or gradient? I guess I'll do digital background. You do digital paper, you can just do background. Okay, this is like turf. We're going to right click, copy image, come over to Silhouette Studio, and paste. Once you have that, we're going to not mess up my original. So we're going to have this here, select them both, modify, and crop. So you don't have to save it to your patterns, and you'll still be able to, I'm going to just make it a compound path and zoom in. You're going to still be able to control it using the patterns folder. Ooh, because that's a horrible picture, horrible quality, but you can change it. You can scale it. you can rotate it. So the same controls apply. Oh, they just came in on this side. Smiley face, happy face, butterflies, falling stars. So yeah, we've used grass. You're gonna do gradient, same thing, bring it in, just crop it to whatever element you want to fill in with that pattern. Do you know or have any recommendations on how to reset your machine, because it cuts everything else fine, but it still fights me when I try to do print and cuts and glossy or matte paper. I have 4 of the Cameo 4s. If all of them are doing it, it's definitely not your machine and anything to reset. I've never had to reset. I mean, you can try doing the whole calibration thing. I can't demonstrate calibration because I don't have like my camera, but I highly doubt it's that. The only thing that I can recommend, but you're saying it's happening on matte as well. That is something when you guys are experiencing that, I've said this time and time again, I need to see it in real time. So when you have those issues, record it, post it in the student union. Take a picture of how it's set up on your design page. Let me see the full printout. Let me see how it's loaded onto your mat, like where you have it positioned on your mat. Let me see how you're loading it into the machine. I need to see all of these things in order to be able to tell what's going on in your process, because, you're asking for recommendations, but I've thrown out so many times, hey, this is what I do for print and cut. If what I have suggested already is not working, then it's something specific to your system, your setup. And if you're experiencing it on all machines, it really has nothing to do with the machine. It's going to be something within your process. I need to be able to see your process in order to be able to diagnose and figure out what's going on and give you direction on how to fix it. Because if you are having it with issues with matte as well, then my recommendation, like for the glossy, to put matte stickers before you print so that it's on there, like that's not going to help you. The 4 actually picks up really well when it comes to glossy. I actually haven't had to put matte stickers down for my 4, so I know that it will work, and I have done them in the dark. You don't need extra light. I even did it in a video. I turned every single light off and it still registered on my 4. So for your question, I won't have an answer for you now. I need to see your entire process, and I need for you to post that in the student union. Scale again, you just move it. Scale, you just move this. So I'm not sure, is there's a specific thing that you want to see, because you just move this up and down. It's under patterns. So if you want to know where it's at, you go under your patterns and you just scroll down. I'm not sure if it said advanced. Before, you used to have to click on advanced to get to it. I don't believe you have to now. Yeah, it just shows everything. You just move the scale. Quite a few of you guys watching, but I'm not seeing enough questions coming in. For the number of you that are watching, do not sit in the background and just hope and pray a good question comes up. Oh, I want to learn whatever it is that you teach. If you are not an expert, I'm pretty sure you have had a question, you have Googled something, you have thought, oh, that's kind of cool in a group, wondered how something is made, how it's done, how are they doing X, Y, and Z. This is your time. You have someone who is a professional in this, has over 2 decades of experience and knowledge and information, and I want to be able to help and assist you. So you have to post the questions. Yes, you just change the scale. It's just that this one is a solid. The vibe was one single image. That's why. So, and it was a PNG image. There's no background to it. So it looked like it was, it created multiples because I brought in just a single image, and all you have to do is scale. You scale it down, it's going to make a bunch of that one element. But like with this, it's a solid background. So it's just going to make this appear bigger or smaller. What happened, bud? Oh, thank you. Okay. If I take, oh, Papa, be careful. If I take this scale all the way down, you can see the lines right here where it's starting to repeat.
No, I'll do it.
Hey, but no, that's not a screwdriver. Thank you.
No, I'll do it.
What do you think about eco solvents? Okay, so I do not care for any converted eco solvent printers because with a converted eco solvent printer, the only thing that you can do is printable HTV. I have other methods of doing like I guess you would say like print or printing to vinyl. I have no problem using Jet Pro 3G. Econo Transfer has a Econo Sub series or line. They have flock, they have satin, they have fabric, and an HTV that I can use the Sublimation ink. So I would not need to convert it. I would just use their Econo Sub HTVs. So the only thing that you can use a converted printer for is HTV. I have my rolling eco solvent printer because I like vinyl decals. I'm able to do cup wraps or decals for cars or just, decals for businesses and things of that nature. You cannot print onto true vinyl, cast vinyl with a converted eco solvent printer. They are over on YouTube. Right now, I'm streaming to both YouTube channels. So you can find this playback on Stillaholics Anonymous or Honestly Speaking. Both links are located in the link in bio. Can you make frames in Silhouette? So you can't technically make frames completely from Silhouette Studio. You can set them up, and then you're going to want to save them as an SVG. And then you have to take it into another program, such as Figma. Things I've seen some people do with like Photopea. Some people have done it with like, what's the people called? PowerPoint. Figma is a really easy one to do, and it's free. And you have to then bring that SVG in and then fill it in with a background to create a frame. But you cannot do it directly from Silhouette Studio. I used to have trouble with print and cut. Then I realized it was where I was placing my mat on the line on the left side of the machine. Once I figured that out, it worked. Yes, and I talk about that all the time. The edge of your mat should be to the inside or right side of that colored line. It should not cover the line and be at the tip of the arrows. You should be able to fully see the line when you insert your mat into the machine. I remember your challenge with the scaling of patterns and so forth. That's a good practice for patterns. Awesome. How do you knock out text on an image? So when you say knock out text, you just want it to be open, or you want to be able to also read, like cut it out, but the words are still there as well. Will I be able to go back and watch this just now? Missed the part where you did the distress look. Yes, all of my live videos are always saved. I don't delete them. Hi, this is Olive from Philadelphia, just tuning in. Welcome, Olive. Thank you for tuning in. So waiting on you, friend, and then I will answer that depending on how it is that what is it you're wanting to do. We actually have a full series if you want to see like all the different ways. We have a full series on our YouTube. Guys, I promise you, there is no question that you can ask that's not on my YouTube channel. I do these live videos to answer your questions in real time and keep you from having to like search, especially if you're able to like take notes down and write down the timestamps of when you asked your question, when the answer came. It's going to be easier to find. But if you go on YouTube and you put in Stillaholics Anonymous and then whatever your keywords are, guaranteed there's a video for it. Put in Honestly Speaking, whatever your keywords are, whatever you're trying to do, there's going to probably be a video for it. I actually have a whole series on knockout designs, like truly what knockout designs are. Sometimes people are saying knockout, but what they're really doing is just removing the bulk, and it's not truly a knockout design. Oh, you just hit subtract. That's it. So if you're not even looking, just want the opening. So see, that's not really knockout. Really, that's just like removing that area. So you just subtract. That's it. So this is here. You're going to select it and subtract. That's it. We are, we plan to, just don't know when. At one point they started, like, because people were getting into EcoTank printers more so, it was kind of hard. Like, it was kind of gauging if there was still people who had the workforce printers that were looking to buy from us. I'll put it that way, because there's still so many people that sell them. And it slowed down quite a bit, like to where they really weren't moving for quite some time. So we're like, okay, well, I guess everybody moved on from the workforce printers. So we had, like, we have our little stash for us, and we've had to like order some, but it just seemed like everybody moved on. You cannot use the chip resetters for the new workforce. So we just kind of went back and forth and just, was it worth it to really completely restock in them? And it's like, if you order a few of them, you're still paying a really high amount in shipping of them because you're going to do air freight. So we just kind of went back and forth on whether or not it was beneficial for us as a company to continue to carry them on the website, but it is still on our website. So it's like, but I may end up bringing in a few just to kind of see, but they sat for a really long time. So we just thought people moved on from them. I have one more question. I've been trying to do it for years, but recently, for example, I have a photo of my mom. I wanted to add it on top of another photo, like maybe angel wings or heaven, but the edges are so sharp. I don't want it to look like a square photo on top of another. Is there a way to either fade or feather, blend them better? Not in Silhouette Studio. There are websites that you can use that will blur your edges. So you can try those. Do a search for blurred edges, and there are sites that you can bring it in and kind of blur the edges off. We teach it in our memorial class. We teach it in our grad favor, like our, not grad favor, our custom grad master program. We've taught it in the memorial class. But you can do a search for blurred edges and utilize those websites to be able to do that. Or if you have Photoshop, you can blend it off in Photoshop. But Silhouette Studio itself does not have an option to blur off the edges. No, they are Silhouette Studio classes. We mainly teach from Silhouette Studio in those. We did show some Photoshop, but they're mainly Silhouette Studio. The only thing I teach from Photoshop is Photoshop Essentials. The ones where you teach, yeah, they are 93.65% of my classes are taught directly from Silhouette Studio. That is the program that I choose to teach designing from. If I have to kind of show a different program just to kind of like just show like a comparison, I'll do that. But for the most part, I show it from Silhouette Studio, and then I'll show I guess you would call them hacks, because you have to go to a different site and I show exactly which site, how to use it. I give a full breakdown of it, and we kind of just go from there. But I also have shown them, like, because I have students that have both. They have Silhouette, but they also have like Photoshop. You can also use Photo P. Photo P is kind of like Photoshop. It's just web-based, but it has a layer mask on it, and it will work the same exact way as it does in Photoshop. So you can use Photo P as well. So there are times where I, in certain classes, because I'll have kind of hybrid users, and, we'll go over to Canva sometimes. We'll go over to Photoshop. Rarely have to go into Illustrator, but Photoshop, Photo P, Canva, I have kind of like shown, okay, well, if you're a Canva user, this is what you would do over here, or it has to be set up as a frame, or X, Y, and Z. Oh no, mine. It said the wait is over. So I'm like, did they change it for everybody? Because I heard a lot of people say that there were glitches in that new version. But I'll still see what's new. Please don't convert mine. I just want to see what's new. But please, did it convert mine? Hopefully not. I just want to see what's new, but I don't. Oh, this is just from Canva Create. Okay, I guess I got to watch this. I think I'm trying to figure out if I saw someone do a more complex cropping. I thought I maybe saw someone do that earlier today, but I'm not sure. So I'm like, that's something I want to kind of go in there and look at. Magic Studio. So that's new. Magic Media. This all looks the same. I'm like, a glow up is coming. To-do list, teams, better collaboration, more apps. Yeah. I'm not looking for it. Like, I'm not saying I'm not looking for it, but I'm not in a rush. So many people were in a rush to just upgrade. They want to be a part of the first 1 million. I don't know if they're giving out something special, but some others have said it's like glitchy. So I'm like, I wasn't rushing to update to the glow up, the secret glow up version. All right. There are no other questions. Quite a few of you guys are watching between the, I know some of you guys only see a few on yours, but what I'm looking at between all 4 platforms, there's quite a few of you watching. No questions. You can never say that someone did not offer to help you, especially if you are a beginner. So I'm not going to go and try and pry questions out of you. So we are going to go ahead and just wrap this session up. If you were sitting here and just like, I'm just going to sit back and just wait for information, not sure if the information that was given was completely helpful for you, but you could always gotten information that was going to be completely helpful for you. How do you make 3D letters in Silhouette? It takes a lot to make things kind of look 3D. That would be pretty much a full-on class. It's not quite like you can't get the shading that's really going to allow it to look 3D. You have to do quite a bit of steps because it's not like AI, or it's not like Illustrator where you kind of do that, or even Photoshop, and it's going to automatically add those highlights and shadows for you. But just to kind of create that extended or extruded look, you would use your replicate, and you would have to do a bunch of them. And it can slow down your system depending on how many replicate, like how many of like the background piece and like moving over you need to do. And then you have to go in and use your edit points to smooth out certain things. We do teach that completely in our text effects class, because it's a lot for me to kind of do here. It'll pretty much be because it's a whole class. So it's not something that's a click of a button in Silhouette Studio to do a 3D effect. You just thought what? What happened? You just thought what? But yeah, the text effects class, we go over a lot of different text effects. You'll be surprised at what you can see. I think I still have it open. So see, it doesn't look flat the way like her name is. There's a lot kind of going on. There is some shadowing. There is some lower transparency. There's some offsets. There is this slightly 3D-ish type look because of the way that there's an outline and there is an offset. So it's like a thin line, but then you see, I'm not sure if you can see that part. I said zoom. Like right in here. There we go. So see, this is all. So you can kind of see the effects on that. That's all done in Silhouette Studio. Every last bit of that is done. So you can give your text a little bit of a little va-va-voom, a little zhuzh, you know, you can give it a little upgrade in Silhouette Studio, but it takes having an understanding, and that is where our essentials of Silhouette Studio comes into play. I can go and I can say, okay, you're going to do offsets, shadows, drop your transparency. I think so that doesn't come through. There's also detach of lines, subtract all, and a few more like shadow. Like there's a lot of technique in it. And you need to first have an understanding of the tools and what they do. So I'm telling y'all, Essentials with Silhouette Studio will prepare you to do designing. You cannot, I don't care what anybody tells you. They will tell you that you can jump into it. You can learn a program just by designing, and you're going to be so frustrated. Or you're going to watch a class on designing one thing. You're going to think like, hey, I'm the greatest designer. Oh, I got this. The moment you go to do something that's totally different from that, you're going to be completely reliant on someone doing a new class to teach a new thing, because you're going to need each one of those classes for them to introduce you to a new tool or function. But then you try and combine it with something else. It's like, man, this isn't working, and it's going to cause more frustration. Before you focus on designing, or maybe just in conjunction, you should be learning the actual program, the tools, where they're located, what are their primary functions, what are their secondary functions, what can they be used for, to just get a full understanding. And that is what our essential classes do. Whether it's Essentials of Silhouette Studio or Essentials of Photoshop, I break down the tools so that you fully understand what they are capable of, as well as what they are not capable of. I run into so many people who are like, that they're beating themselves up thinking that they're doing something wrong, but they're trying to use a tool or a system that will never, ever, ever get them the results that they desire, because they don't understand the limitations of the program that they are using. They think that it's like the holy grail. I teach the good, the bad, and the ugly. You get when I say a full and complete understanding of whatever program you want to learn out of Silhouette Studio and Photoshop. I'm debating on whether or not to do a Canva Essentials. To me, Canva isn't really a design program. It's more plug and play. But my essentials for those two programs really, really break it down for you. It's well worth the investment. We have Sezzle. You will get access to every training. There is 30 days. There's multiple days within that 30. And then we have 13 weeks. Every single week had a study hall. So it's a lot of sessions in there. So even if you were to sign up using Sezzle, on our website, I want to say someone told me it comes out to maybe like $28, like that first payment or whatever. You get access to the complete training, and then you'll be set up to attend the live training in July. And you don't have it completely paid off, but you'll have access to everything. The current price is $103.65. That is changing by the time we start back up in July. The cost, because now not only are you getting the 30-day training, you're getting access to the first refresher 13-week training, and some of the same questions may not come up. Some of the same images may not be used. So it's always learning on top of learning on top of learning. So now that we're going to add a third refresher or third training session, that cost is going to go up because you will end up having access to all of those sessions. So take advantage of it now while it's $103.65, one time full payment. If you're going to do buy now, pay later, it is $115.63. That cost is going to increase before July. All right. Can you make letters or an image look like it's on a corner? I'm not visualizing what you're asking. What's the best program to use for a button machine? You mean to design? You can design in anything. You just need it to be depending on what size button you use. Like I use 2 1/4, so my circle is like 2.6. As long as you can make a circle 2.6 and put a design in it, that's all you need. And then you're just going to print. And it's a matter of like you don't have to have a machine to do a print and cut. There are cutters that you can use that's going to cut that circle for you. Some of them, like the true 2 1/4 button inch like cutter, is like $89. You can use like the 2.5 inch hole punch. It's going to be slightly smaller than most of like what the print should be, but it still works. But yeah, there's no specific program you can design, and as long as you can design it at 2.5, 2.68 something or whatever, you can create a button. Would you explain the when and why of the threshold and the other slider I can't think of? Threshold is to pick up, like that's how you increase your trace area. At 45, it's kind of a midline. Silhouette Studio does not recognize colors. It recognizes tones of colors. It's like colorblind. So at the halfway point, there's a certain, color range it picks up on. As you go backwards, you are decreasing the colors it's looking for. So that's when you're looking for more darker colors. If your design has a lot of lighter colors in it, then you move your threshold up to be able to capture those colors. So threshold is just for tracing. Like the corner of a building, you mean, wait, make images look like it's on a corner. You're talking about perspective? No, not in Silhouette Studio, really. No. Mm-mm. I mean, you can kind of use the warp and change it to like perspective, but not really. Like it'll be team too much. The other two, hold on. Good night. Love you. Love you. You just have scale. That's the only one I can think of. I don't use anything else. Yeah, all the other ones are pointless. You just need threshold and scale. And the scale, just take it all the way down. High five. Boom. My kissy. Oh, you have to beat him? You ain't give grandma a hug and kiss. I'll hold him, Pooh. Go give grandma a hug and kiss.
Oh, no.
Oh, he said he's sorry. He's not going to let MJ beat him to the bed. Good night. Excuse me? What we got to do with it? Because we're going to be in the house, huh?
You might back up.
Oh. This is already traced, but I just want to show you. Like she has darker areas, she has lighter areas. So the darker areas pick up here. To get to the lighter areas, you just have to move your threshold until the areas that you need are, they're pointless. Don't even worry about them. All you need to know about is threshold and scale is take it all the way down. Threshold is the only important one. These literally are pointless.
She won't call me back.
Y'all know I'm still live, right? Luckily, this is just an impromptu, Q&A session, but dang. Hey, LaRue. Incredible greetings. Welcome in. All right, but I'm actually wrapping up anyway. The questions have slowed down. So thank you guys so very much for joining me this evening. I know, right? Like they just talking in the background, like it's all good. Like, I mean, I know I forgot to mute it when the kids came in here to say goodnight, but I expect it from the kids, not from the grown people that's in this house right now. Excuse me? Yeah. But anywho, maybe losing a whole train of thought. Oh, so just want to kind of remind you guys of a few things that we talked about. Essential Silhouette Studio. If you are enrolled in Photoshop's Essential, whether you enrolled 2 years ago or you just enrolled, tomorrow is session 3, and that's when we are truly going to get into the real like learning and click for click. We're going to incorporate the not quite the I do, we do, you do, because we're not going to do the you do. It's going to be more of like a I do, we do type situation, or kind of a follow the leader, follow the leader. Miss Karen said, hey, Mom. Yeah. So session 3 is tomorrow. We're going over, like truly going over, what's those things called? Oh, God. Layer styles and layer masks. So that's what we are going over tomorrow in the Essentials of Photoshop. Starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of our classes, you have unlimited access to the playbacks. Okay, so Essentials of Silhouette Studio. All of our 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 14. So legal size and tabloid 11 by 17 paper is discounted. No code required. You just go to the paper and you put in your 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17. You're going to automatically see that grad season discount code there. Your 11 by 17, it goes from $33.65 to $25.58. Your legal size, your 8.5 by 14, goes from $23.65 to $17.98. That is automatic on the site. We are looking to close out the pre-order for the we're looking to close out. Where is it? Oh, I could have sworn I had pre-order across the front. Well, we're looking to close out the pre-order this week. So that we originally had it for like May 10th. We didn't meet the numbers. If we don't meet it, then we'll just refund it. We're going to start back over in the beginning of June. So you guys know it's going to come. That's going to be the only way that we're going to be able to get the roles in that you guys are requesting. Because last time we just got stuck with a bunch of them and it took y'all forever, and that affects our numbers. And, we have all this inventory tied up that we've had to pay for, but now we're not bringing that money back in. So we're not doing that again. So we want to make sure that we do have an audience of people that want it before we bring it back. 1 or 2 people, it just doesn't make sense because of the cost to ship it to the States. We don't make the paper here in the US. So the pre-order is available until I guess I'll do like Friday, because it's like people get, I guess, paid on Friday, because I was gonna do it to my birthday. My birthday is Thursday, so after 11:59, but I might as well leave it to the 11:59 on the 31st, and then after that it will be closed off for the pre-order. Now if you want to wait for it for fast dry, but fast dry we do have in stock. Fast dry rolls are in stock. It's just the tacky rolls that are sold out, but fast dry is in stock. 8.5 by 328, 13 by 328, and 24 by 100 feet. They are in stock on the website for the fast dry. Tacky is what's sold out right now, and it's only available with the pre-order. Okay. And Template Vault, always available. And yeah, until next time, guys. Just head over to the website and you'll be able to see all of the pricing there on shop.hsink365.com. All right. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.